Hey guys, Harry Thomas here, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my ranking of the 7 Christopher Nolan movies that I've seen. Now, bearing in mind I have not seen every single Christopher Nolan movie, so this will only include the movies that he has directed from 2005 to 2020 in a span of 15 years, and none of those movies have been anything short or lower than great, knowing how consistent Nolan is as one of the greatest filmmakers of our time. So without further ado, if you want to know my personal favourite and least favourite Nolan movies, then just keep watching. At number 7, Dunkirk. While despite being the weakest Nolan movie for me, this is by no means a terrible movie. Sure, Dunkirk is nowhere near 1917 or Saving Private Ryan, and is not one of my favourite war movies, but uh, Christopher Nolan did recreate the actual event of Dunkirk down to a T, and this movie is one of the quintessential IMAX experiences, especially with its flawless sound and bombastic sound effects, and the only areas of for criticism are the lack of a protagonist and the lack of characterization. But this is still uh, a visual a spectacle unlike any other. At number 6, Batman Begins, and boy, did this movie begin the Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy perfectly. The Amazing Spider-Man should take notes from Batman Begins. This is on par with Man of Steel as the #1 superhero reboot. Nolan answered the question, what if Batman was real? And he proved that taking Batman out of campy land and into a darker and grittier and more gothic reality could work just as well. Christian Bale still holds up as one of the strongest live action Batmans. Casey Holmes is my personal favourite of the two Rachels in this trilogy, and Michael Caine still remains the best Alfred, and Liam Neeson plays the most underrated antagonist in this trilogy, Ra's al Ghul, who I think was the only antagonist this movie needed. Sorry, fans of Cillian Murphy's Scarecrow. While this may be my least favourite of the trilogy simply because it is the smallest scaled and doesn't quite have the wow factor over the two sequels that will follow, but it still has uh, a pitch perfect emotionally engaging origin story for Bruce Wayne slash Batman in the first half, to delivering on the Batman aspect in the second half. At number 5, Interstellar, the most underrated Christopher Nolan movie, and I know most would rate this at the very bottom of their Nolan ranking, but I'm a little kinder to it, as uh, I uh, admire Interstellar for not being your average sci-fi movie. It's not a movie about astronauts going to the moon. It's not an alien invasion or a war with an alien species. It's a father and daughter story in a search for a new civilization in space, and uh, and the visuals are so incredible in this movie, and so dreamy, that space just looks like a paradise. And yeah, and Matthew McConaughey and Jessica Chastain's characters have one of the most touching father and daughter bonds of any movie I saw in the 2010s. If I should ever have a daughter one day, then this would be the ideal movie to sit down and watch with her. And plus, Matt Damon's cameo was the best surprise I've ever seen in a Nolan movie, and Hans Zimmer's score, mwah, mwah. Number four, I was going back and forth which one I should put in the number four spot, Interstellar or The Dark Knight, but thinking about it, I would give The Dark Knight the slice edge. I know you're all going to type in the comments section how in what universe is The Dark Knight not number one on a Nolan ranking, Harry? Have you lost your marbles, man? Yeah, yes, just calm down. This is a awesome movie through and through, and to nobody's surprise, one of the this is a awesome movie through and through, and to nobody's surprise, one of my all-time favorite sequels and comic book movies. This is a is particularly influential and a significant comic book movie. It changed the way that we view superhero movies and blockbusters. Taking them in a more mature direction. And this movie at the time had the most complaints from the British Film Classification about its certificates being people thinking it should have been a 15 rather than a 12A because of that. Because of how brutal it got, and I thought the same when I saw it at the time. At the time, this movie was it felt so hopeless and so emotionally draining. I couldn't bear to watch it anymore by the third act. But now I am more mature. I am able to sit through it fully and be gripped every single millisecond, and not only because of Heath Ledger's phenomenal performance as the Joker, but it had the balls to have the villain win at the end, even though the Joker was captured and presumably locked up in Arkham Asylum. He still won at the end of the day. He turned Harvey Dent to the dark side and got Batman's reputation utterly squandered and he broke Batman and crippled him emotionally. And my God, rarely has a cliffhanger got me more anticipated for the third installment. Speaking of which, number three, my favourite of the Dark Knight trilogy, and I'm not afraid to admit it, The Dark Knight Rises. Mwah. This movie is a majestic conclusion to a magnificent trilogy. Christopher Nolan knocks it out of the freaking park with this finale. I mean, I didn't think he would be able to top Heath Ledger's Joker with Tom Hardy's Bane, but Tom Hardy's Bane did just that, being both a physical and mental threats for Batman. Anne Hathaway being equal to Michelle Pfeiffer as the number one Catwoman. She really deserved more than one movie in this role, and the action being the most mind-blowing of the trilogy, from the opening fight on the plane to the phenomenal sewer fights between Batman and Bane, to the colossal final battle in which Batman was willing to self-sacrifice himself for Gotham, which I mean, this entire movie in its 2 hour and 45-minute runtime is powerful stuff, and and I am proud to call this movie the best of the three superhero movies we got in 2012. It's billion% better than The Amazing Spider-Man and just a tad better than The Avengers for me. Shame on the Academy for not nominating this masterpiece for a single Oscar. At number 2, what was previously my favourite Nolan movie, Inception. Yeah, this is a spellbinding and utterly original and genius movie from Nolan. I mean, no other director has thought of this kind of movie before. You know, a a major summer blockbuster with its conflict based around dreams, and whether your dreams are just in your head or reality. And I always predicted that the ending where Leonardo DiCaprio's character reunites with his kids being real, because happy endings always trump depressing endings. And the uh, uh, and the visual effects are of this movie never cease to blow me away, especially the revolving wall. One of the top 10 practical effects in film for sure, and this movie may be a 3-hour watch, yet I never wanted to pause it or have a bathroom break or fast forward any scenes, because I was loving it that much, and it would be number one if not for a certain Nolan movie that came out last year. And my number one favourite Christopher Nolan movie is, you guessed it, Tenet. Tenet is the perfect package. I have just recently reviewed this movie, so check out my full review for my full thoughts on why Tenet is Nolan's a true work of art. So that was my personal ranking of the Christopher Nolan movies. Sure, my number one choice was the most unpopular choice of any Nolan ranking, but it's always fun to see a different ranking, isn't it? Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this ranking. And what's your ranking of the Christopher Nolan movies? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time. And happy Easter, yes, and to celebrate Easter on Easter Sunday, I shall be going back to my Doctor Who reviews after a 4-year break with my review of the only Easter special of the show, Planet of the Dead. So get your Easter eggs ready and be ready to step back into the TARDIS again. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.